Missions in Starfield are pretty fun, but they're not often very rewarding. And you find that you're struggling earning enough skill points to play the game your way. The loop you've just seen will help you farm an infinite amount of XP so that you don't have to sell your soul to earn perk points in the early game. YouTube, what's good? Emo here. And today I'm going to show you how you can easily earn a ton of XP early game with just a little bit of creds and some patience. For this method we're going to be headed to the Narion system, which is directly next to Alpha Centauri, so you can't miss it, especially early game. What we're looking for is a little moon called Andraphon, because it's got the two resources we need for this farm, aluminum and iron. Basically, you're trying to land on the craters biome, but so close to the mountains biome that you should probably buy a dinner first. I'm talking you move your reticle the tiniest bit, and your landing biome changes. Once you do finally land, your next goal is to be in an environment where you can see both biomes of the moon at once on either side. It looks pretty poorly blended, you'll know. You'll need the snowy mountains for your iron on one side, and the red desert for your aluminum on the other side. This may take a few tries, and I can tell you it's a pain in the ass, but you'll get it eventually, and it is well worth it. After finding that Goldilocks zone with the biomes, the next step is to run right along the edge of both of those biomes where they meet, with your scanner out and ready and looking for nodes. We're looking for both a pool of iron and aluminum relatively close to each other, and when you do find those, stand as close as you can to the center between the two, and take a second to pause your game and save it. Trust me, well worth it. After you save, now test to see if both resources are within the boundary by slapping down an outpost beacon and attempting to place an extractor in either node. If you're able to reach both, good job, you did it. If not, just reload your save and try again. At this stage, if possible, be sure to place an industrial workbench as close as you can to the outpost beacon, with a bed close enough to that you can actually activate the bed from the workbench and vice versa. After all that pre-gaming is done, we're going to head over to Akila and follow the path I take here to get to the mineral store. We need aluminum, beryllium, copper, iron, nickel, and tungsten. Boy is that a mouthful. I'd say about 100 of each, but get as much as you can or as little as you'd like. There are other places to get this stuff, like Jemison Mercantile, but Akila is better, and why not get a bunch of rocks from the rock store? If the vendor runs out of inventory before you're satisfied with the supplies you have, spoiler alert, she will, just do what every completely normal and sane person does and sit in the corner of her shop while staring directly into the eyes of their soul for 48 hours straight. And that'll restock their inventory. Now that you're sufficiently over-encumbered with a metric butt-ton of rocks in your pocket, it's time to set up your extractors back at your base in Andraphon. I like to place about 6 of each extractor, just gotta fiddle with them until they all fit, and if you're OCD like me, you can kind of adjust them so that they all face the same direction. Next important thing is power. None of this works without it, and I use the basic solar panel because it's cheap and available from the start of the game. Ideally, you want more power than your base needs in case you have to or want to scale up in the future. Alright, we're almost there. Next is to assemble your solid storage crates. I'd say aim for about 10 allocated to each resource pool. That should give you ample storage. Quick tip, rotating the crates with your triggers, or associated keybinds, will change the location they snap to. During this I actually run out of a resource, and I decided to leave it in because it starts to show how the loop can scale itself. I sleep to get the resources I need to craft the material that I need, and then I'm able to finish up my storage crates. Immediately after that we jump right into linking your extractors to a crate with the right trigger, or your associated keybind. I recommend linking all of your extractors to one crate so that you can then daisy chain all of the crates to that one crate easy for substantially more storage, and it's all linked, and that way you don't just miss out on any resources. It's just way more convenient to do it that way. Finally, after all of that, we're ready for the loot. Sleep in the bed for 24 hours to both build up your stock of iron and aluminum, and get the well-rested bonus. It's worth mentioning that if you have a romantic companion, the boost will be raised from the additional 10% you get just from the basic well-rested bonus. Additionally, if you wanted to go real min-max with it and get real extra with it, you could buy some tranquilities for an additional 2% buff on top of your well-rested bonus. But We're basically just spamming the ever-living hell out of crafting 99 adaptive frames until the buffs run out, at which point you'll sleep for 24 hours, then rinse and repeat. I will say PC has the distinct advantage here because you can kind of just set your mouse in the area you need it and literally just spam it like basically instantly. Console, it's pretty fast. I find that if you push your analog stick to the right and your D-pad to the right, you kind of get a faster build up to the 99 there. It is slower though, but not that bad. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If you haven't already, maybe drop a like if this video helped you in any way. Subscribe if you want more content like this. I've got another video in the pipeline that shows an XP farm that does not include crafting, so if this was a total drag to you and you don't want to spend your late game crafting a billion adaptive frames, just stay tuned, I got another one coming for you. But until next time, I hope to see you all among the stars, and again, thanks for watching.